I was like, no, that's quite all right. And she was like, oh, but you'll drink the drink, though. You'll drink the drink, though. To be clear, I can't suck the balls, but you'll drink the drink, though. You'll drink the drink, though. You're twisted. Let's get out of here, ladies. This glove's busted. No dude has that story. No dude's ever, like, ran up to his friend's apartment in a panic, like, oh my god, dude, I'm so sorry, I didn't know where to go, this is so crazy, oh my god, this is so nuts, I'm sorry to barge up in here, I had nowhere else to go. I was walking down 3rd Avenue, and this woman just whipped her pussy out of me. And she just started chasing me, like, do you want to touch it? No guy has any story like that. No guy has any story like that. Every woman in here has at least 3 stories like that. I promise you, they do. Creepy dudes are everywhere. I see them on the internet. Oh, they love the internet so much. It's stunning if you look at the difference between the way men and women get treated on the internet. Like, I, as a guy, if I tweet something and say, like, hey guys, I'm doing a show in Phoenix, get tickets next week, I might get a mean tweet, right? Or a guy's like, oh yeah, I'm never coming to Phoenix, cause you suck. Yeah, I got 'em, I did it, yeah. But if a woman tweets that, her mean tweet will be way different. Like, if a woman tweets, hey, I'm doing a show in Phoenix, get tickets, her mean tweet will be like, oh yeah? Instead of going to Phoenix, why don't you come to Buffalo and sit on my face? Yeah, because that's where your pussy is. Yeah, I got her. I did it. Yeah, let's never read a book again. If I tweet something like, hey guys, I'm putting out a new stand-up special, I might get a mean tweet, you know, or someone's like, oh, I've never watched your special. You suck. If a woman tweets that, hey, I'm putting out a new stand-up special, check it out. Her mean tweet would be like, oh yeah, I'm putting out a new stand-up special too. It's called Suck My Dick. Yeah, I got her. I did it. Yeah, let's go watch Transformers again. No women are saying shit like that to me. No women ever write shit like that to me. No women harass me like that. There's no women out there writing me stuff like, oh hey Aziz, I bet you give good head. Yeah, suck my pussy Aziz. Suck my pussy Aziz. No women do that. There's no women out there writing me like, oh hey Aziz, I want to take your head and squeeze it in between my titties so your beard pops off. Yeah! Yeah! No women say that. There's no women out there like, oh Aziz, you're putting out a new stand-up special? Well, why don't you put your fingers in my pussy instead? Finger me Aziz. Finger me Aziz. Let's go watch Dirty Dancing on Blu-ray. No women do that. No women do that. Women just don't do dumb shit like that. Women don't harass dudes like that. It's just not a thing. I did a show with a female comedian once, and she came on stage, and as soon as she came on stage, some idiot in the front yelled, take it off! No women have ever yelled, take it off to me. That has never happened. Women just don't do dumb shit like that. Can we eliminate the phrase, take it off, and yelling that? It is so stupid. There's no reason to ever yell, take it off. Unless a woman has put a tarantula on your shoulder, never yell, take it off, ever again in your life. Even if you're in a fucking strip club, don't yell, take it off. She has a routine plan. She's trying to tease you, you dumb motherfucker. Stop yelling, take it off. What would you rather do? Like, just have her come out, just no clothes? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Paprika to the stage. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Oregano. Girls, 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 now dancing around on the Sunset Strip. She's my cherry pie, cool drinking water, such a sweet surprise. Someone yelled, take it off. This is exactly what I'm trying to avoid. Another thing creepy dudes do, they'll just like follow women. Like they'll just see a woman and be like, okay. And just follow them for like a really long time. So crazy. Raise your hand if you're a woman and you've ever been like followed around by a creepy dude like that. Raise your hand high if that's ever happened. Yeah, that's way too many people. That should not be happening. Every story I've heard is always the same. You know, a woman in New York told me a story. She said she walked into this store, guy followed her into that store, went to another store, guy followed her in there. And she said she finally got rid of him because she went into like a pet store where you needed to get buzzed in. I don't know why the fuck this pet store has such intense security, but she went in there and she said she waited for a while until he left. And I was like, how long did you have to wait till he left? She's like, 45 minutes? 45 minutes? Isn't that insane? 45 minutes of her day is gone because there's creepy dudes out there. Such a bummer, but I get it. You gotta be safe, right? Because you don't know what these guys are gonna do. They're insane. Some of these dudes follow people to where they live, to their home or apartment. And if you're a creepy dude doing that, what's your best case scenario at that point? Like, what's your dream situation at that point? What do you think's really gonna happen? Like, you think if you do it enough times, eventually the girl's just gonna be like, so, are you just gonna stand there? Are you gonna come up and fuck me? That's never happening. That's never happening. There's a greater chance of a tornado grabbing a woman's vagina and blowing it into your penis than there is of you somehow seducing a woman by falling around you fucking creeps.
That's an image.
How many women here, raise your hand if you've seen a dude masturbate in public. Raise your hand if you've seen a dude masturbate somewhere in public. Wow, wow, wow. Miss, where did you see the guy masturbating? Where was it? What's that? In a park? And what did you do? Did you do anything? You took a picture? That seems like a bad idea. That seems like you're kind of encouraging him at that point. I wouldn't do that. Who else said they saw on the front? Yeah, you did, miss. Where did you see it? At the Super Bowl parade? That seems like a very ill-conceived float. God, it's so crazy. It's crazy to me. Every time I'm doing a show and ask that, so many people raise their hands. It's such a bummer. It's not just in the United States either. I talked to a woman once, she said she saw a guy in Italy masturbating on a motorcycle, which I'll admit actually sounds kind of cool, right? It's like, wait a second. Crazy story I've heard. One woman told me that she was in her house masturbating. And she looked out the window, and there was a guy masturbating to her masturbating. And I was like, oh my God, oh no, what did you do? And she said, I ran and got my roommate, and he had chased him away. I was like, that's really cool. That's cool your roommate did that. But you know what would have been even crazier is if she went to get her roommate, and her roommate was masturbating too. And then she ran outside and saw a couple pushing a stroller, and they were both masturbating too. And then she looked in the sky and it just said, written by M. Night Shyamalan. Clap if you're a dude and you're surprised that many women raised their hands when I said those things. Clap. Yeah. See, I feel like a lot of dudes don't know, and I feel like we should all know, because this is a problem for everybody. We shouldn't have this kind of harassment going on in the streets and stuff. And look, here's the thing. Yes, ladies, there are those creepy dudes, of course, yes. But most dudes are not like that. I like to believe most guys are decent men, and I like to believe most guys have every woman's back, right? Clap if you're a dude and you have every woman's back. Clap right now if you're a man and you have every woman's back. You see, ladies, you see, 7 out of 10 dudes here have your back in a mildly enthusiastic way. The other 3 out of 10 are following you around and masturbating. I'm very sorry about that. If you're a good dude, I don't know what you can really do. All you can do is, not harass women by yelling shit, not follow them around, and not masturbate in public. Which seems like a very minimal contribution to any cause. What can you do, Like one woman told me a story. She said she was on an elliptical machine, and she looked across the street and there was a dude masturbating, and she called her friend, this guy, and he came and helped her out. I was like, that's cool. You could have called me too. I would have done something. I'm not sure what the fuck I would have done. That would have been a crazy phone call to receive. It's like, Aziz, I'm on the elliptical machine. There's a guy across the street masturbating to me. Okay, do you want me to come down there? Yeah, come down. All right, well, I'm pretty far out of town. You sure he'll still be jerking off by the time I get there? Maybe I can sit on the phone for moral support, and you can let me know if he comes before I come down there. I don't know. And then if you get there, what are you supposed to do? Like, what do you do when you get there? What are you supposed to do? Like, sir, what's your name? Nick. So Nick, this lady calls you. You got her back, right? You're gonna go down there, right? Yeah, of course. So let's say you get on the scene. What would you do? Like, let's do a role-playing scenario right now. Okay, Nick, you ready? I'll be the masturbator. You be you. You just arrived on the scene. Just yell what you would yell. Don't get out of your seat or anything. Just stay in your seat. Just yell what you would yell. Let's not try to be funny or anything. Let's treat it like a real situation. Are you ready, Nick? Are you ready? We're doing this, all right? I'm the masturbator. Elliptical's over there. Here we go. Here we go. Are you gonna say some shit, Nick?
Imagine if gerbil jerking off would sound like.
Great job, Nick! What about you, sir? What's your name? Mike? Okay. This is the whitest front row of all time. Nick, Mike, Alan, John, Jeffrey, Jonathan. There's no minorities in the first 10 rows. There's none. There's none. It's the whitest. If the race war happened right now, me and DJ Trauma would be dead. We'd get trampled right away. There's like two Asian. You guys are fucked too, two Asian guys right there. You guys are dead. These ladies in the front have been staring at you. They're bigger than you. And me too. Not Biggie. Shut the fuck up. You know what I meant, you fucking dummies. All right. What was it again? Mike. Mike, you ready? Same situation. All right, here we go. Here we go. You ready, Mike? You got this. All right, here we go. What? Mike, I'm really proud of you. You took that load to the face like a man. What else can you do? I don't know what else you can do, man. One woman told me a story. She said there was a guy following around one time, and she saw this other dude that seemed like a decent dude and said, "Hey, can you pretend to be my boyfriend? There's a creepy guy following me." And he did it, and it helped her out, and the creepy guy went away. That's really cool. I would do that. If anyone came up to me and said, "Hey, Aziz, pretend to be my boyfriend," I would do it. I would get into that shit. I'd be like, "I got this. What's the situation? There's a creepy guy following me. Where is he? He's right behind us. Oh, fuck, he's really creepy. Okay, he's rather large as well. Okay, you sure we shouldn't start seeing other people? Just kidding, I got this. What are you gonna do, Aziz? I'm gonna beat the shit out of this guy. Really? Yeah. Well, first, we need to run a quick errand. What is it? I gotta buy a dog. Let's go in this pet store and wait about 45 minutes. How many guys, raise your hand if you don't eat meat. Raise your hand if you don't eat meat right now. If you don't eat meat, yeah? Now raise your hand if you don't eat meat because you saw one of those crazy documentaries or read one of those books that like freaks you out about the meat industry. Yeah, a few people here and there. Yeah. Now clap if you've seen some of that stuff in general, like watched some of those documentaries or read that book or whatever that like freaks you out, yeah? Now, clap if you saw that stuff and you're like, "Oh my God, that's disgusting, it's inhumane, it's cruel, the government definitely needs to properly regulate the meat industry, it's so fucked up, in 50 years we're gonna be so embarrassed about this, but in the meantime, I kinda still gotta eat meat because I don't wanna feel weird and hungry all the time." It's so frustrating, it's so frustrating because I don't want to support that shit, but the problem is salads need to step their game up, okay? Like salads aren't bringing it hard enough. Like vegetables are not bringing it hard enough. Like if food is a basketball game, meat is just killing it. Meat is just like, you know, it's like ribs, fried chicken, pork chops. Meanwhile, vegetables are down here like, does anyone want any cauliflower? What about some snow peas? Does anyone want any Brussels sprouts? Yeah, I'll take those Brussels sprouts, and I'll wrap them in bacon. Come here, Brussels sprouts, we just fixed you. It's tough. It's tough. It's tough. Meat is so good. And if we know it's bad and we're still doing it, let's just admit we're doing a selfish thing, right? Like we're doing it. If we know it's like that bad, we're doing a selfish thing. It's tough though. I had a friend, he tried to quit eating meat. He was like, "I'm not doing it anymore. You know, meat industry's the biggest contributor to pollution, bigger than cars and all that shit. So I'm not doing it. I'm not eating meat." And I saw him a week later, and he was eating meat again. And I was like, "What happened?" He's like, "I smelled bacon." That's how powerful meat is. Like, people smell bacon, like, oh my God, is that bacon? Oh fuck, is that bacon? God damn, tell me. Oh, can I please have a bite, please? Oh God, that's bacon. Why are you cooking bacon? I can't. No one's ever walked in the kitchen like, oh my God, are those carrots? Fuck, are those carrots? Are you slicing carrots? Are you steaming carrots right now? I can smell the steam in the other room. Oh my God, are those broccoli and cauliflower? Are you making a motherfucking medley right now? Is that a steam? Oh God, don't tell me that's brown rice in that bowl, motherfucker. Don't tell me that's brown rice. Give me a bite. No one's ever said that. No one's done that. You can also argue that by doing all that fucked up shit, the meat industry is able to make meat very cheap, so poor families are able to afford to feed their families. You can make that argument. At the same time, that's something to keep in mind, though. You know, right? Anytime you're getting a deal on something, rest assured, someone did something fucked up to get you that deal. Oh man, this chicken breast is so cheap. Yeah, it is. They did some insane shit to get that low price. Enjoy. Oh man, this cheeseburger's only 99 cents. How did they do that? Oh, you don't want to know about that process, bro. Trust me, it's horrifying. Just never Google how anything you consume is created, even if it's not me, anything, you know? I used to get this orange juice called Simply OJ. Because I'm dumb. And I saw Simply, and I was like, oh, Simply, clearly it must be a simple process. There's a grandma squeezing oranges into a bucket, and then they take that and they pour it into the bottles, and that's just it. No. That's what it was for like 3 months. Then Coca-Cola bought the company, and they slit the grandma's throat, and now a bunch of Latino kids jizz into a banana peel, and that's Simply OJ. It's something like that. I can't remember the specifics, but it's something like, it's something very, I can't remember, it's something like that. Eggs! You know how they make eggs? This is true. This is how they make eggs. This is how they really make eggs. They genetically engineer 2 different types of chicken. One type of chicken is called a layer chick. This chicken just lays eggs, right? Then they got another type of chicken called a broiler chick. This is a bigger chicken with huge breasts and legs. This is the one they use for meat. Now, I'm reading this, I'm like, well, what happens to the male layer chick? They serve no purpose, right? They can't lay eggs. They're too small for meat. What happens? They just get murdered in insane ways. And they'll take all the chicks and they'll throw them into a big chicken wood chipper. Another thing that happens is they'll take a bunch of the chicks and they'll put them in a big plastic bag and put a lid on it and just suffocate them to death. And yeah, it's a bummer. None of us wants that to happen. Like, no one's like, yeah, I'm into that. Like, no one, we all check no on that box. But the problem is that footage has never been shown in the right context to elicit outrage. It's always shown in, like, you know, obscure documentaries or something like that. But what if it was in a different context, you know? What if there was a CNN camera crew that did a raid at rapper Ja Rule's house? And they saw he had a big plastic vat where he was just suffocating chickens to death. Would you all be like, Ja, you monster, what are you doing? They're like, I'm sorry, I just wanted some eggs. I had to make ethical compromises in order to achieve economies of scale. It's murder. When I first wrote that joke, I was like, but will people remember Ja Rule? Oh, how foolish I was. Those are some strange songs that were very popular. What a weird formula. They get this woman with like a very beautiful voice like Ashanti or Jennifer Lopez. And then they'd have Ja Rule, who sounded like someone was stabbing him in the stomach through an ulcer. Like all the songs like, R-U-L-E, what's my motherfucking name? R-U-L-E, and what am I doing here? I think I gotta talk about all that stuff on like a talk show or a special or something, because whenever you do a bit like that, the person always gets in touch with you. So I feel like I have to do that bit on something so I can get that amazing phone call one day, you know? Like, Aziz? Yeah, who is this? Ja Rule, baby! Saw the way you've integrated into that bit about the factory farmer and the egg industry. I never knew that shit. I'm never eating meat again. You know I can get some more literature on that subject, maybe a pamphlet on how to adjust to a vegetarian or vegan lifestyle. I'll put it on, man. Shaw starts getting really passionate about the cause. He soon starts filming his own PSAs. Every day, millions of chickens are living in tiny cages the size of a piece of paper. They're shitting all over each other in these disease-ridden factory farms. This is the meat we serve to our children. This is the meat we put in our mouths. If you think the government should probably regulate the meat industry, holla, holla. If only you'd known how long I've been trying to find the perfect stand-up bit to showcase my frustration with the meat industry and my flawless Ja Rule impersonation, then you'd know my struggle. I'm in a relationship right now, and it's going well. But it's also like a year or so in. I feel like if you talk to anyone, they always tell you like the first 2 years of a relationship, it's such a magical time. It's an amazing thing. It's a peak you may never reach again. And what's weird is I'm in that zone now, and it's strange knowing that things are going to change. You know what I mean? Like right now, things are crazy. Like right now, last time I was in New York, there was a bad snowstorm, and I stepped in a puddle of sludge. And the first thing I did was I sent her a message. I said, you know how you feel days like today when you step in a puddle of sludge and your foot gets soaked? Every second with you feels like the pure opposite of that. Yes, that's a little cheesy or whatever, but I'm just sharing that so you know, like, that's where my heart is, right? But what's weird is knowing that that text will eventually change, right? Like, people in long relationships, doesn't that text eventually change? Like, doesn't that text eventually just become like, fuck, I stepped in some sludge! Do we have to get dinner with your friends? Can you tell him I died in a parasailing accident? I never want to see him again. Why do we always hang out with my friends? Because they're better people! But I hope we're able to maintain some version of the love that we have, because it's an amazing thing, you know? Like, she sent me messages, he sent me messages not long ago that said, you feel like home to me. Even if we're in a hotel or something, I feel like I'm home. Because I wake up and I see your face, I remember that I'm home. That's one of the reasons that I love you so much. Oh. She sent me that when I went away for 5 minutes to take a shit. You realize how awesome it is to be shitting and to read a message like that? It was like waste was leaving my body and love was coming in. It was an amazing feeling. Long relationships are tough. They're tough for a lot of reasons. One reason they're really tough is I think long-term monogamy is very hard. You know, I feel like there's a part of our minds, both men and women, there's enough science out there that shows that we crave novelty and excitement, and we just kind of suppress that because culturally we're signed up for these long-term monogamous relationships. And, you know, there's so many temptations out there. It's tough, you know. The other thing to remember, though, is temptations to cheat for men and women are different, you know. Whenever I talk to a woman who's thinking about cheating, female friend, and about her temptations, her story is always something like, I don't know, I just haven't been feeling fulfilled in the relationship, and when I'm around this other guy, there's a light inside of me that has been dark for so long, and it's so bright right now, and it's like a prism that's taking the light and turning it into a rainbow, and the rainbow's melting into a lotion that I can use to massage my soul, and my soul's just had dry skin for so long, I don't know, I've got to get out of here! It's a woman's temptation, right? Guy's temptation's like, oh my God, you see that girl's titties? I gotta get out of here. Let's go, Jason, grab my things! Much different thing. And which temptation is around more? The guy's temptation. And that can be hard. Because think about it like this, okay? If there's a bowl of Skittles, and they're really far away, you're not really thinking about Skittles, right? But if there's a bowl of Skittles, and they're right in front of your face, you're like, damn. I kind of want one of these Skittles. And if you're a nice, clean dude who can say a few sentences without sounding like a total idiot, every now and then, someone will grab a handful of Skittles and they'll throw them in your face. And every now and then, someone crazy will come along and they'll grab a Skittle and they'll put it right in between your teeth. And they'll be like, come on, bite the fucking Skittle. That's a tough dilemma. Women have a different dilemma. Women's dilemma is ever since they hit a certain age, men are just throwing Skittles at them, non-stop. Every woman in here is getting a bag of Skittles dumped on her head wherever she goes. Every woman in here is drowning in Skittles. But here's the big difference. Women don't like Skittles. Women like squash, something with a little more substance and nutrition to it. And what they really like is a nice, nutritious salad. That's what a relationship is. It's a nice, nutritious salad. Now, don't get me wrong. Of course, women like Skittles as well. Of course, yes. Women are out there single. Yeah, they have Skittles every now and then. Yeah, sure, of course. Yeah, yeah, I'll have that Skittle. Thank you. No, I'm good. No, I'll have that one. Ooh, a really successful Skittle. Why not? Okay, thank you. All right. Really successful nice, Skittle. Why not? No, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I've had a lot of Skittles recently. I'm good. No. Ooh, I'm in the Bahamas. I'm good. No, thank you, I'm good. Oh, thank you, no, I'm good. No, thank you, I'm good. Ooh, I've never seen a black Skittle before. That's way different. That's way different than men, though, right? Like, men spend significant chunks of their lives fiending for Skittles. Like, men are out there like, has anyone seen a Skittle? We're like Gollum from the Lord of the Rings, just like lifting up couch cushions, like, this one's crusty, but fuck it. Has anyone seen any other ones? These are Reese's Pieces, but who gives a fuck? Totally different. But men like nice, nutritious salads as well. Some men, it takes them a while to realize it. Some men, they're out there single, having a great time. They eat a lot of Skittles. It comes easy to them, and they have a great time. But what happens to those guys? One day, they wake up, and they're like, oh, what the fuck's these Skittles? There's no nutritional value at all. I can't live on a diet of Skittles. I can't do this. I need a nice, nutritious salad. And that's what a relationship is, right? And some guys, if they're lucky, they'll get the salad, right? And that was my journey in a way. I was this young dude eating Skittles all the time, but at a certain point, I needed a nice, nutritious salad. And now I have one. And I'm healthier, I'm full of life, I'm better for it. But it's not that easy. Because if you're this nice guy and you have this nice, nutritious salad every single day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, nice, nutritious salad. 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 At some point, you're like, please give me one goddamn Skittle, please, please, please. I promise I'll go back to eating the salad immediately. I just need one Skittle to appease that part of my mind that craves novelty and excitement. I promise you, the Skittle means nothing to me. I'm not trying to eat like a whole bag of Skittles, like maybe one or two Skittles every now and then. Maybe like a fun-sized bag of Skittles every decade. Is that too much to goddamn ask for? But the salad will never honor that request. Because to her, it's like you're asking for a salad that also has Skittles in it. And Skittles salad is disgusting. So what are you gonna do? Some dudes, they think they figured it out. You know, they're like, oh, you know, my salad's out of town, maybe I'll have a couple of Skittles. What happens to those dudes, though? One day the salad comes home, she's like, you smell like Skittles. And their salad goes away. So I don't know what the answer is. You know, you can either be single, have Skittles every now and then, but when you're not having Skittles, you're really lonely. Or you can have the salad that loves you so much and takes care of you, and you love the salad so much and you take care of it. And every now and then, you miss Skittles, but it's not that bad. And every now and then, the salad gets really mad at you for no reason at all. And a lot of times, the salad gets mad at you for very valid reasons, right? Because things change when you enter into a salad relationship, right? Because what happens is one day, you're driving home with a salad, and the salad's like, oh, I'm so cold, can we turn on the heat? And you're like, God damn it, salad, we're not turning on the heat, because it's not cold in this car right now, okay? If you took the entire population and you put them in this car right now, and you surveyed them about the temperature in this car, you would be in the tiniest motherfucking sliver of people who think it's cold right now. It's not cold. It's not cold. It's hot, so we're going the other way. We're going the other way. We're turning on the air conditioning. You know why? You know why? It's because I love you so, so much. And you love me so, so much. Which means we can both finally become shittier versions of ourselves. That's right. I'm no longer succumbing to your stupid climate preferences. But I'm going to love you so much. I'm going to take care of you. I will do anything for you. But bring a blanket because you're going to be cold as fuck. I'm a minority. Is there any minorities here? Yes? Yeah, some, yeah. Yeah, there's plenty of minorities here. This front area is just very white. That is my vision. No, I got you, minority. I got you. There's a few there. I'm the first generation of my family that was born here. I'm sure there's a lot of first generation people here. Pretty amazing, yeah, pretty amazing thing our parents did, right? Coming down here, very brave, courageous thing to come to a country where they may not know anybody, may not even know the language. And I feel like we never sit down and thank them for it. We should, because that's an amazing thing they did. It's a very courageous thing for someone in your family at some point to be like, you know what? Fuck China, let's get out of here, let's go. I'm tired of living in this village, let's go. Let's go. Let's move to America. I've seen photos online, it looks dope. Let's go. Let's go. Because you know they had friends that were dicks. You know, they're, what? You can't go to America. You don't know anyone there. You don't speak the language. Oh, what are you going to do for work? I don't know, man. We'll figure it out, okay? Worst case scenario, we'll cook food and we'll sell it to white people, okay? You have a master's degree in chemistry. You don't know how to cook anything. They don't know what Chinese food tastes like, man. I'll just put some chicken in a box with some orange sauce and I'll serve it to them. Oh, what are you going to call that dish? Orange chicken? Yeah, I will call it orange chicken. Maybe I'll call it number 36. We'll see. Every single one of the people that has pulled that off is a hero. They're amazing to me. I can't believe it. I hear immigrants say stories like, oh, I came to Brooklyn with $20 in my pocket. Could my generation do that? I don't know. Could you imagine sending someone my age to Brooklyn with $20 in their pocket? We get there the first day and be like, oh man, I just bought all this fresh pressed juice. I'm out of money. Guess I gotta move back. And hey Dad, yeah, I'm coming back to Taiwan. Yeah, things didn't work out in America. I made a bad investment in juice. Every single one of those stories is incredible to me. My parents have told me a little bit about their journey. My parents moved to a small town in rural South Carolina because they were trying to find a place that had racism and horrible public schools. And they're like, South Carolina, perfect. It's like a Venn diagram. Shout out to that many people don't know what a Venn diagram is. My mom told me a little about her story. She's like, the first day in America, she said, was her scariest day of her life. I was like, why do you say that? She's like, well, I got here, and I didn't know anybody. I was so far away from home, never been that far away from home. I barely even knew your dad. We had an arranged marriage. I'd known him for like a week at that point, and I was so scared. And your dad was gone to work that whole day, and I was just all alone. I was like, oh my God, what did you do that day? She was like, I just sat on the couch and I cried. I was like, oh man, that's so sad. How did you get through that? She was like, well, it was just one of those moments where I knew I had to be brave. Ever had moments like that, Aziz, where you knew you had to be brave? And I was like, yeah. Once, when I was flying from New York to LA, my iPad died. And I was so scared because I was so far away from all the movies and TV shows I downloaded. Luckily, there was an in-flight movie. It was Pirates of the Caribbean 2, which I'd seen before, but I watched it again because I knew I had to be strong. And eventually the plane landed, and there was only about 10 minutes where I wasn't totally entertained. But, I didn't cry or anything, because I'm not as weak as my mom is. No, I'm way weaker than my mom is. I don't think I'm nearly as amazing as my parents are. I think my parents are so amazing. I don't think I'm that amazing. I don't think any of us are as amazing as our parents. Unless your parents were shitty, in which case you hopefully are better than they are. But if you had nice, amazing parents like I did, I feel like they're so amazing and we don't tell them that nearly enough. My dad told me his story about coming to America. He said that, when he came here, my dad's a doctor. And he said when he first got here, it was really hard because the head of the hospital was racist and would never send patients to him. He would always send them to another doctor that was like 3 hours away. And I was like, oh my God, how'd you get through that? And he's like, well, eventually the head of the hospital got very sick. He had a stomach problem, and he needed to see a doctor. And he said, get that Indian doctor. I don't want to go to the guy 3 hours away. So he called for my dad. And my mom was like, you shouldn't go. The guy's racist. He never sends you patients. Why should you go? And my dad was like, no, I'm going to go, because we have to be the bigger people here. I don't think these people are racist. I don't think they have hate in their hearts. I think they're just scared because they haven't been around foreigners and this is different. And the more they're around us, the more they realize how dumb those kind of feelings are. So we got to be the bigger people. I'm going to go. So my dad went, and he started treating the guy And then my dad poisoned him and killed him. And then my dad became the head of the hospital. And that's what you gotta do when you're an immigrant. Handle your shit. Kill some racist motherfuckers if you have to. Alright, Seattle, thanks very much. I gotta get out of here. Good night. Thanks so much.